White House on their meeting with Kim, and after a maximum pressure campaign by President Trump. Joining me now, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis. He's a senior fellow and military expert for defense priorities. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You know, many call Trump crazy. How dare you call the leader of North Korea a little rocket man, or say my nuke is bigger than yours? But this strategy seemed to work.
I got to tell you that no matter what you want to say about things, this is in fact very historic. I mean, this is something that President Bush never accomplished, President Obama never accomplished, and many people thought that President Trump would never even come close to this, and yet now this enormous opportunity is before us, and it's all because of the way he's handled it, and hats off to him.
Yeah, and we don't know for sure if this is going to work in the end, but we are cautiously optimistic that after years and years, make that decades and decades, of administrations not really being able to get anywhere with North Korea, that the situation has changed.
Well, it has, and that's why this is so important, because I've already heard people saying, oh, you know, this is just, they're playing the president, and, you know, Kim is just stalling for time and all this. But I tell you, we have all the cards. President Trump has all the cards, because the deterrence will never blink.
Yeah.
Our reconnaissance and its surveillance will never change. So Kim has all the incentives in the world to cooperate and cut a deal with President Trump.
Listen to this warning from Lindsey Graham. He says the worst possible thing you, meaning Kim Jong-un, can do is meet with President Trump in person and try to play him. If you do that, it will be the end of you and your regime. Is this America back carrying a big stick on the world stage, showing our leadership?
Well, it is, and you know, and I hope that President Trump can, you know, be gracious and magnanimous, so that we can actually get this, you know, as opposed to saying, yeah, you know, we got you. Because I think that if we come at this and say, look, we're looking for a way to resolve this so that it enhances the American security and it prevents war on the Korean Peninsula, so no Koreans, no Americans, no Japanese, any one of those has to die in a war, that is a big, major win for the United States if Trump can pull this off.
And that's what it does potentially on the Korean Peninsula. What about in the Middle East? Because Iran has been an ally of North Korea. How does it change Middle East policy?
Well, I think that it shows, especially if Trump can make this deal and make it stick and make it work for both sides, so that North Korea also feels like that their security is taken care of, then this could actually help us get a better deal in the Middle East with Iran. Because if they see that we can make a deal, but we're actually going to say that both sides can have a modicum of success, then that also makes it more likely that we have peace and no nuclear weapons in the Middle East.
I have 10 seconds, Lieutenant Colonel. If this all works out, what do you think the never-Trumpers will say?
Oh, they'll find something to say. They won't be happy about it, but I'll be thrilled. Anything that keeps war from popping out is a great deal for America.
Lieutenant Colonel Davis, thank you for your time. Have a good weekend.
My pleasure.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
I know.